Hey everyone, Anthony, Morgan's Training Academy. Today is about vehicles. And I say vehicles. Vehicles, we spend a lot of time on our vehicles. Now, if you really look at your day, I mean, some of us drive an hour to work, hour home, and then we have over shopping that we're running around doing. And making your vehicle a self-defense, how would I say it, a vehicle of self-defense. And when I say that, I'm meaning to say this. If you're sitting in your car and your windows rolled down, and say someone walks up and approaches your car, if they have bad intentions, there's a few things that you can do. And I say that you can do. If they reach, say if they put their hand on your window, okay, or maybe they put it on the side window here. Maybe they reach in and grab your steering wheel. Maybe they reach in to grab your neck, okay. There's a lot of different things that you can do that you're not going to be a victim. Now, what we carry in our car. My truck, my car, I'm always carrying, tape measures, okay? Now, always carrying a water bottle. Now, when you say water bottle, what good's a water bottle going to do? Well, a water bottle, if somebody reaches in, say this is my window, and they put their hand on the window here, this works really good for hitting the hand, okay? You notice this is a cap. I'm not doing it this end because there's not going to be a whole lot of good contact. But where the lid goes on, hitting the hand if they put their hand on the window. Now, it can be the same thing. If they put their hand on the side of the window, now there's other options that you can do out of that, okay? If this hand is here on the window, I can elbow that hand, okay? And trust me, if your hand gets elbowed, okay, from here, it's not going to be pleasant because usually there's a little slot right there in the door, and down here there's where the window is. So, but think about that. What's in your vehicle? And there's going to be constantly stuff in your vehicle that you're going to be carrying all the time. It may be your lighter. It may be a pen or a pencil that you have in your dashboard. Mine, I have flashlights in my visor. So, if the guy's hand here, my tapes are always right there and close by my console, so you can hit that hand with a tape measure. Now, understand that this sometimes will escalate the situation, but keep in mind, this is the first step to them retreating. And I say the first step to them retreating. If somebody walks up and puts their hand here and I hit it with the tape measure, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to back out of my vehicle. And that's what you're wanting, okay? You want to let them know that you mean business. And if you can take that one hand out, they're not going to want to mess with you, especially with that hand, especially if you break those little bones in the hand. So, like I talked about yesterday with the screwdriver, if they put their hand on the windshield, on the window there, and you stick it with a screwdriver, they're not going to hit you with that hand. Now, a lot of times, if they reach in and they grab your hand, to where I can shoulder that arm so they can't get it out. If they grab the steering wheel of my vehicle, years ago, I was sitting in my Subaru out front. And I saw one of my black belts sneaking up on me, and as he snuck up on me, he reached in the car, and I took his hand and I fed it through the steering wheel, and I put him in an arm bar. Well, to say the least, his face hit the mirror, and it was just kind of a cool setting. So, if they do grab the steering wheel, you can always, headbutt, you can always elbow. There's a lot of different things that you can do from your vehicle. So all I'm just trying to tell you guys is just, keep in mind, look at the surroundings, look at the different areas, especially if your window's down. If the window's up, you know, you're not gonna have to worry about it, you know. But always be ready to drive away, always be ready to do something that's gonna take away their edge. So until next time, continue to subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in the next video.